beauties, it's Brittany. I am on here to do my yearly favorites video. I have a mix of a little bit of everything: concealer, foundation, eye products, primers, all of that stuff. If you would like to see a separate skincare favorites for the year, let me know in the comments down below, because I would definitely do something like that if you want to see it. Let's start with primers first. My eyeshadow base of the year has been the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. Lightweight, invisible finish, works on all skin types. Now, the reason that this is my favorite is because it works for one, and for two, it's very, very inexpensive. I have very dry skin, but super oily eyelids, so I need an eyeshadow primer that's really going to keep my shadows in place all day long. Once I realized the true power of eyeshadow bases, I have never looked back. So this is definitely a great one if you want your shadows and your liners and all of that to stay in place, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on an eyeshadow base. For my skin, the primer that I have gone back to time and time again this year is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Base. And I use this because, as I mentioned, I have very dry skin. So I moisturize the heck out of my skin, and then I use a hydrating primer. So this has, the capability to hydrate your skin, but also prolong the wear of your foundation. This helps with those dry patches of your skin where foundation can tend to cling to. This helps it not cling to those areas. I hope the lighting is okay today. I actually was gifted by my boyfriend Alex a ring light for Christmas, so this is the first video I'm filming with it, so hopefully you approve. Now let's talk foundation. This is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1, and I have the shade Classic Ivory 810. Now, this is definitely not a foundation that I wore throughout the entire year, but it is one that I used at the beginning of the year and then repurchased later on in the year, and I have it on today, and I gotta say, guys, it is amazing. It's definitely a foundation that I've been able to wear these past 2 years without my skin reacting weird to it. It doesn't break me out. It still looks fabulous. Stay fabulous all day long. It looks great in pictures. It does have SPF 20, but I feel like this is an everyday foundation I can wear that isn't super full coverage. It's not heavy at all. It doesn't look cakey or weird, and it just looks great in pictures and person. So if you haven't tried this, I highly recommend it. It also has a pump, which is just perfect. One of my very best friends, this is the foundation that she uses day to day as well, and she really likes it, and whenever I do her makeup and I use, products in her makeup bag, I use this guy. Now, the concealer that I have loved this entire year is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I was kind of not giving this a whole lot of love at the beginning because it was replacing my collection Lasting Perfection, which is such an amazing concealer, but I cannot get it here in the US. Many of you have mentioned that I can order it on Amazon. However, I have not found a good seller on Amazon to purchase it from, so I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me, and I did give it some hate at the beginning, but it is really awesome. It's the concealer I have on my skin today to cover up any excess redness or little acne scarring and spots like that the foundation might not cover. This guy, there's a train. This guy offers that little bit of extra coverage that I need. It lasts really well throughout the day. It's pretty inexpensive, and I like that it's a doe foot applicator. The trick with this guy, especially if you're using the Beauty Blender, is don't blend too much. Just a few dabs, and that sets it into the skin, and you're good to go. I have been baking pretty much the whole year, kind of on and off, and the powder I bake with is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I have the shade Naturally Neutral, and this is awesome. It is really super easy to bake with. I just use the Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I don't use that wet. I use it when it's dry, and it picks up the perfect amount of powder. I just place it underneath my eyes, a little bit on the center of my nose, forehead, chin area, anywhere where I really want to bake my face so that my makeup lasts longer and it looks super wonderful. I've also used this setting powder on brides if I've done wedding makeup, and it's just a really awesome powder. It's super inexpensive. You can find it at CVS, Walgreens. I will have everything listed in the information bar below, as I usually do. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for a powder to bake and you have dry skin. It does not cling to my skin whatsoever. I do have a hard time with powders because I do have such dry skin, but this one, top notch. I feel like I've made that noise a lot this video. That's my I approve sound. Now, to warm up my complexion this year, I have been using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this one just says bronzer on the back. They definitely need to extend the shade range of this product, and I really want to get my hand on the Butter Blush. It smells like Coca Cabana sunscreen, makes me want to go on vacation. It's making me super excited for the cruise that we have coming up. It's just such a lovely scent, and this color is perfect for my skin. I just use a fluffy brush and blend it all over my skin, down onto my décolleté, kind of everywhere, just to really warm up my complexion. It has a slight sheen to it, but it's not shiny, and it just blends in really beautifully. The texture is really nice, and the packaging is just so cute. I highly recommend this. Now for blush, this was kind of a no-brainer for me. This is the Becca blush in Flower Child, and this was actually given to me by my aunt because she didn't really like it for her skin tone. However, I've had this for so long, I haven't even hit pan on it, and I use it all of the time. It is such an amazing blush. It's what I have on today. I tried to use all of these products, if you're catching on to that. It is such a beautiful, kind of a light pinky coral blush that has a little bit of a shine to it. It's super easy to work with. I've used this on brides, and it just looks so radiant and just gives your skin the perfect flush, and I highly recommend this. Becca blushes are so awesome. I purchased the Becca Jaclyn Hill little set, and this guy's awesome. I also just recently purchased the Becca Blushed with Light little trio. Her blushes are amazing. But if you're fair skinned like I am and you're looking for a specific recommendation, Flower Child is a great one. Now this is not a highlighter that I wore all year, but it is the highlighter that really kind of stole my heart this year. It is the Ofra Pink Sapphire Mineral Powder, and it's the highlight I have on my skin. Could you guess? Could you guess? It is so incredibly gorgeous. It has there are no words. This is like my unicorn glitter. It is amazing. It has some specks of glitter to it, so if you hate that, don't get this. But if you love, that very vibrant highlight on your cheeks, check this guy out. For brows, I have been using this Dynamic Duo. You guys have heard about this guy since I started my brow life. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in Caramel. If you have naturally red hair, caramel is the way to go with this. I use this to set my brows. This year for my brows, I've been using the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Brow in the shade number 20. This is my second one of these. I love the slanted tip. It makes it super easy to fill in the brows. Also love the fact that it has the spoolie on the end. It also comes with this little highlighty guy in the middle here. Do I use this? No, but it's there in case you were interested. This lasts in my brows all day long. It's a really great color for natural redheads, even though I think it's the shade dark blonde or something like that, because it doesn't have that fire engine red hint to it. It just has, a pretty natural look to it. It fills in my brows. It lasts. It's really awesome. One of my favorite things, lip products. This has been my lip color of the year. Probably very similar to my lip color of the year last year. This is limited edition, but I just wanted to mention it because if you see a color like this and you're fair and you're looking for that everyday staple color that you can wear, this is it. This is in the shade Kitty Purry, and it was part of the Katy Perry matte collection, and it's gorgeous. But because this is limited edition, I did want to offer you this, which has been in my purse, in my backpack when I commute to work. This guy is just everything. Everything that you want in a lip color, this guy has it. The writing is completely faded off. It is the Jordana little lip crayon thing, and I cannot remember the name right now. I'm totally spacing. I will have it listed down below for sure. But this has a nice shine to it. I am at the very end here, that is all that is left. It has a really beautiful shine. It's super moisturizing. It's so easy to just pop on the lips throughout the day. It does have that little bit of moisture, which I absolutely love. It's very similar to the Kitty Cat matte lipstick, except for it's not matte, but this is so inexpensive. I actually like need to get another one of these. I bought a few other colors. At first, they're not as moisturizing when they kind of had the point to them, but once you get that point down, these guys are amazing. I wish they would just like sell them flat because that's how I prefer to use it. Moving on to eyes. I know I already talked about the primer, but we were doing primers first. Now, this is an eyeshadow base that is just like my go-to standby, I know we'll get the job done shadow base. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo eyeshadow in the shade Bad to the Bronze. I have hardcore hit pan on this. It is still going strong. It's not dried out. A lot of people say that these dry out super quickly, but here's a tip. Similar to MAC paint pots, you are supposed to store these upside down, and that, for some reason, seems to really help them like not dry out or anything like that. I store them upside down too because you can actually see the color, but that's my little trick, and it seems to work with my paint pot things in terms of not drying them out. Also, make sure that you always seal it tight once you're done and don't like leave it open hanging out on your vanity. So this guy is Bad to the Bronze. I have it on my as my base. You can't really see it anymore, but guys, this product seals your shadows in all day long, and you can just use it like on its own to create like a one-stop shop eyeshadow look. It's amazing. If you've never tried the Maybelline Color Tattoo bases, I highly recommend them. I want to get my hands on the new Revlon ones. Definitely keeping an eye out for those guys. But this is an old standby of mine. I highly recommend it, and the shade Bad to the Bronze is perfect. Mascara. This might not be any surprise to many of you, but this is the Benefit They're Real Mascara. I have it on today. I do have false lashes on, but underneath I've got this guy. It lasts. It doesn't smudge. I recommend it to everyone. It stays in place. I kind of already said that. It creates the most amazing volume and length. It's perfect for the lower lash line. It's basically like waterproof, but not impossible to take off at the end of the night. This is kind of an expensive mascara, expensive for me because I prefer to buy drugstore, but this is probably my third or fourth tube of this. I love it. Love it. The false lashes I have on today and that I have loved all year long are the hashtag DW lashes. I get them on Amazon now. I'll have them listed down below. It's what I have on. They're like kind of natural-ish. They're not super crazy, anything like that. They're so inexpensive. The quality is awesome. I can wear these, 5 times if I wash them properly before I have to pitch them, unless I use glitter. Glitter always gets them. But they are so amazing. They're super comfortable on the eyes, and especially if you cut them to be the length that you need them, which I always recommend with false lashes. But guys, you want false lashes, check those out. In terms of eyeshadows, of course, I always have my go-to palettes, my MAC palettes, some Too Faced palettes. Like those I just kind of always go to. But what I realized and what I learned about and what came into my life this year in 2016 are Anastasia eyeshadows. Oh my word, I am in love. I have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 2 metallics and 2 mattes, and I want more in my life. I need more Anastasia shadows. They're super pigmented. They apply on the lid like a dream. The metallic shades are everything I could dream of and more because they're basically like super easy metallic shadows to work with that don't get like crazy fallout. They actually last on the lid. They're amazing, and they're not so expensive. Like they're kind of like middle of the ground when it comes to expensive, and Ulta tends to have deals where like if you get 4, you get a little palette with it, so definitely keep your eye out for those kinds of things. But Anastasia, your shadows are the bomb. And then my fragrance favorite, I thought I would just throw this in here, is the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I actually have a near empty bottle in my bathroom, and Alex gifted me a new one for Christmas this year. It is such a fresh, like clean, but a little bit like florally scent that's not like super overpowering or going to like mess with your sinuses or anything. It's very clean and simple and very elegant and beautiful, I feel. So highly recommend Blooming Bouquet. Chérie is always a favorite of mine as well, but for some reason that one seems to be a little bit kind of getting my love in terms of every single day wear. those are my 2016 favorites. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know in the comments down below what has been your #1 favorite of the year. I would love to read those comments. Also, do not forget to subscribe if you are not already, and give this video a thumbs up. With all of the wonkiness going on with YouTube right now, if you support my channel, it really would mean the world to me if you left a comment or liked and subscribed if you're not already. I wish you all a beautiful 2017, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.